Hey guys, so welcome back to Ask Fury Anything. This is pretty much one of those things where, I get you guys to ask me questions and I answer them. So like pretty much any Q&A video you've ever seen. Okay, so before we get started today, I do want to give a huge shout out to my patrons over on patreon.com. I love you, my Darklings. You guys are pretty much the only reason I can afford to do literally anything at this point. And I do know that you guys have been just the most amazing human beings I could ever hope to have in my entire life. I love you, I love you, I love you. Alright. Let's get started here with the first question is, last song you listened to? The last song I listened to was Han by G-Idol. If you guys have never heard the song, you absolutely have to check it out. It is so amazing. I love it. Oh my god, it's such an incredible work of art, and Jun Seon is an amazing songwriter, so you've got to check it out. You won't regret it. Favorite food? Do I have a favorite food? My favorite thing that I've tried the most recently with my friend Gabby was zucchini chicken at this Chinese restaurant around the corner from my apartment. I really like it and it was tasty. We actually had that on my birthday, so what makeup products do you use? Well, right now I'm using a CoverGirl for like my foundation. It's foundation. And the thing that really bugs me is that it's one of the best shades for me, but it was my mom's from like 20 years ago. So maybe not 20 years ago, maybe like 10 years ago. But either way, like, the problem is the shade number that it was is not the shade number that it is, and I can't figure out what my actual shade is now because they've expanded since like whatever year it was my mom got it. Like, the label is mostly worn, so I can't even really read the number, so I don't know if it's like 525 or 526 or something. So that's what I'm using for my like facial parts. And then the rest of this is a Supernatural eye palette that I got from Hot Topic, including the lip color right now. So yeah. And to be honest, I don't really buy makeup. I pretty much use the same crap until it's gone, and because I don't have that many occasions to wear makeup in my everyday life because I'm usually going to work or something, I keep using the same crap until it's gone, and that usually means it's been a couple of years since I bought it. But honestly, the only other things that I use are like these Ulta palettes that I got from my friend Gabby because she didn't want them, so they're mine now. Thanks, Gabby. What is the last book you read? I'm still reading it actually right now. I'm reading, what is it called? It's part of the World Walker trilogy. Trial by Fire. There we go. That is what I'm reading. Yeah. It's a really good book. I personally am liking just the character development at the moment. Personally, between Lily and Lillian, there's so much opportunity there for dynamic, and it's truly an incredible work of art. But the last book I completely read was I actually have it right behind me. The other book's in the living room, and I'm not going out there to get it, so. Oh god, I'm knocking things over. Oh, here we go. These are the other books in the series. It's the Trial by Fire by Josephine Angelini. I have the other two books right there. But the last book I finished was this one. Don't judge me. I know some people are gonna say it's like girly or whatever, but I like it. So, but it's Happily Ever After by Kira Cass. It's the companion novel to the Selection series, and if you actually, let me move this a little bit. You can see back there, I have in the corner, I have the entire Selection series. I actually got interested in the series because I was at work and I figured out that I could use Kindle, basically Amazon Prime let me use my Kindle account on the computer, and in between calls I would pull that up and read, stories or whatever. Most of what I have is classical literature, the Bronte sisters or Kurt Vonnegut, stuff like that. George Orwell. But it was hey, here's this free book we're gonna recommend to you. And I was well, what I'm reading right now is getting really intense and heavy, so I guess I need some little kind of a happy story to, just cope with what I'm reading. Because I was in the middle of reading 1984 and that got super heavy. If you've never read the book, wow. It's probably, I would say it's a life-altering book, but that's what, on the surface, the Selection seemed to be. So I clicked on it, and I ended up binging the book over the space of 2 days? And that's, with life getting in the way. Normally, if I really want to get through a book of about this kind of thickness, it can take me about a day. Yeah, that's just, it turned out to be such a dynamic series. It was not what I was expecting when I read the description. And it was just, I expected, oh, there's this cutesy little fluff story meant for, 13-year-old little girls who still have dreams of being a princess. And it ended up being so much more in-depth, and there was so much plot development. I was so astounded by the work of art that was the Selection by Kira Cass. It was huge, and I loved it. And that led me to, when I got paid that following week, I literally just spent money I didn't have on a rush shipping. Well, it was free shipping from Amazon, but still. I spent money I didn't have on the book series, and it was funny because I didn't realize I accidentally ordered 2 copies of the series. So I ended up actually giving the second set to my friend Jean, who had, when she was hanging out at my place, because she has hyperlexia, so she binged the series in my apartment for over the space of a couple hours, and she loved the series. So I was like, you know what, this is your winter solstice gift this year from me. Have this whole series to read whenever you want. So that's how that happened. And then I couldn't actually manage to get the companion novel on Amazon, so I had to go. So I went out and I reserved it at Barnes & Noble and pretty much ran over there at the first available opportunity, and that's how I got this. So that was the last book I finished and completely read. But in addition to reading Trial by Fire, I'm also reading The Brilliant Death by Amy Rose. Is that Capetta? Yeah, Amy Rose Capetta. Yeah, I'm also reading that one right now. And then I'm also reading The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. Because to explain it to you guys, I can't read just one book at a time. I have to be reading about 3 or 4 or I can't finish one. I don't know why I'm like this. I've always been like this. I literally can't just read one book at a time. It's got to be 4 or 5 of them. So, Let me see, the next one. Have you ever been sent fan mail? Yes. Yes, I have. It's actually just one particular fan. He's one of my patrons over on patreon.com. I'll link down in the description to his socials and everything, but because you guys really gotta follow him. He's such a nice person. But Tristan, who's also a patron of the Nearly Deads, we actually, that's how I ended up meeting him in the first place, was just fangirling over how awesome they are. So Tristan, for my birthday, has actually sent me fan mail. So I have stuff. I've been dying to show you guys this, but I couldn't think of like any. I didn't want it to just be like bragging and be like, oh my god, look at these cool things that I have and you don't. So I've been trying to find a way to do like to like bring this up and to show you guys what I got. So let me just unpack this. I love it. Like, I even saved like the wrapping paper. I don't know if you can see that, but it's been written on. It says like, it's the Queen's birthday to Queen Fury from your Aussie Darkling. I can't read this part. Something. I can't read whatever's written over here. Tristan, your handwriting rivals mine. Almost. I don't know. But these were custom prints. This is Point of No Return. And these are all done by TJ herself. These are hand done. She doesn't, just like have some machine do this. This is actual handmade artwork. She tries really hard for it. You can definitely go ahead and support her on her Patreon. It's called The Bomb Shelter. I think that the link is like patreon.com/TheresaJean or something like that. I'm sorry, TJ, I can't remember. But you can find her on Twitter as @MissJean44. You can find her on Instagram. You need to support her artwork. It's amazing. And there's actually a separate Instagram account for her custom prints of lyrics called Lyrics by TJ. Go do it. Go check it out. I promise it will be so incredible, because none of these are done the same way twice. These are each done specially and individually for each person, and that's what's super amazing about this. So this is our last adventure. You can see, if I move it, you can see like there's actual levels to this. It's not just paper and ink and artwork. It's actually like there's a whole frame for it, and it actually is cute little. You see that? Yeah. These are. It's just. I'm sorry. It's just amazing, because I'm somebody who loves art, but I cannot seem to actually be good at it to save my life. And so it's amazing to me when someone can create something like this, and just, I don't know, I've always been somebody who really much is, I do love a lot of visual aspects to go with songs. I have synesthesia, so for me it's like, I see colors and things like that when listening to a song, and so to get to see an artistic interpretation of a song that I like to hear, it is so much more amazing. So this is Revenge, and I feel like bonk. I feel like this particular one is somewhat representative of TJ's cat Eleanor, because this kind of looks like a picture she posted of Eleanor on Instagram. So this is In the Morning. Let me bring that closer. I love these. Let me put these back. These I want to keep safe in a box right now because like I don't have an ability to hang them up in my apartment because I'm not allowed to put holes in the walls. But command strips aren't really working. So it's kind of annoying. It's not even like I could do like shelving or something because like my hallway is really narrow, so there's nowhere for me to really put them up right now, and that makes me sad because these are so pretty. I like to pull them out when I'm sad though because it makes me happy. So let me just put this back in. Then I also have this one. This one actually came with a birthday card. So, I like birthday cards. They're fun. This is Frequencies. This is very pretty. I like the colors. I like anything with color. I like anything with color in it. This is Invisible Tonight. It's very cool. And then this is Never Look Back. And I love the fact that it's got this sunset bridge going on because it does, at its heart and core, at its core, the song is absolutely just this moment of letting go. Yes, the music video, the official music video for the song is high intensity and zombie apocalypse thing, which is what the Nearly Deads call their fans. They call them zombies. But I love the acoustic version as well, and I feel like the print that I just looked at was it reminds me a lot of the let me put this card back so I don't lose it, is the, what am I looking for, acoustic version, the piano breakdown. It's so pretty, but I mean it is that moment of letting go, of giving up on what's not working. It says say goodbye to whispering uncertainties. Forget your regrets, they're better left behind. I love that. I really do. The next one. I know this is basically turning into Fury's fan mail. But these I got. This is Freak Show. It's halfway to nowhere. But these ones were probably one of the coolest things I've ever gotten. Like, these are signed photos from like the actual video. I love these. These actually were displayed, but I kind of put them back in the box so it would be easier to bring all this in my bedroom, because normally they're in my living room, but for the purpose of this video, I wanted to like show it all off at the same time. So, then the, oh god, I can't get this back. There we go. Last one that I ever got for my birthday were the signed copies of the albums. And then I have this one. This is so hard to find, you don't understand. This is the first release, and I could not I don't know if it was just because I was on the wrong website or something, but the one website I was looking at had this sold out and I could not get it anymore, and I was so super psyched to actually get this one. But these are definitely amazing albums. You guys need to check them out. They're up on most music platforms. I know Spotify is really popular right now. I don't know why. People randomly got obsessed with Spotify. I feel like Spotify is like now the Netflix of music, so I don't know. Let me see. Something I never get tired of. Wuthering Heights. I read that book probably about 8 times a year. I love the story, and I find new things to love about it each time. And most people, it's so funny, the fans of the book, they're divided down the middle. Some people see it as this tragic love story, and it's so romantic. And then other people see it as this twisted, horrible, like, ridiculous nightmare that happened to these people. And honestly, I can see both sides of it. I don't know. I find new depth to the characters. I find new things interesting about the story that I never noticed before. I really do love it. And what I love most about it right now is the first edition of the book that I got. My 7th grade English teacher gave to me, Miss Hart. I started reading it when I got to her class because when I was 11, I read the Twilight Saga. Yeah, I know. But I was 11, so give me a break. So I read the Twilight Saga when I was like 11, so when I was like 12, I wanted to know what it was that was so obsess-worthy for the main character, Bella. And I read the book, I loved it, and I wanted to read it again. And again, and again, and again. And Miss Hart could tell that I had finished it, I think, because, like, I would have my little bookmarks and whatever. And I would, like, every book report I did for the next 3 years was always about that book, to a point where in 8th grade, my English teacher told me I was not allowed to choose that book anymore. She was just like, no, you have to pick something else. Literally anything else. I don't care if it's a comic book, pick something else. I don't want to read this anymore. And she was like, it's my favorite. But that edition, it was paperback, so it fell apart. And it started to fall apart when I went through the airport at Norfolk International, and this TSA person was just, like, going through my carry-on and had shoved the book back in to where it, like, had kind of, I'm not going to do it to this, but it was not as severe, but it basically down the middle was, like, this part of the cover was up like this, so it literally just did this. And I hated that. But I kept reading it until the actual cover of the book fell apart and fell off. That made me sad. And even then I still kept reading it to a point where I had to tape some of the pages back together because they were really worn, and once the binding falls apart, it's downhill. So what I really like about reading it now is that my fiance had actually gotten me a really nice edition from Barnes & Noble, and now I just kind of also get to feel like I get to think of her whenever I'm reading the book, so it makes me happy. Let me see. What is the dumbest question you've ever been asked? Ooh, that's a hard one. I've worked in customer service for so long. Oh god. Well, first question that comes to mind is in regards to, like, my own personal stuff, like my Etsy shop. Someone asked me, did they actually have to pay for something if they ordered it from me? To which my response was, no, everyone else does except you. It's just you. I get now that person was probably a troll, but that really pissed me off. Because you don't just go onto an artist's shop and then be like, well, this is great and all, but do I actually have to pay for it? Really? No. I have been asked when I was still working in customer service why somebody had to pay taxes on their bill. This is America? We tax the fucking air you breathe? I don't like. My job was to answer a phone and talk about your bill. My job was not to understand why taxes happen to you, sweetheart. Someone should have taught you that. If they didn't, go back to high school. They'll explain it. I promise. I don't know. And at my current job, I was asked, why is, oh no. That was, hold on. I'm trying to remember no, because that one's not the dumbest. Oh my god, ew. Oh my god, no, go away. There is a wasp or a hornet or whatever that thing is. It's all black and it's got a stinger. And it's like super skinny. It's shaped kind of like a hornet, but like it's black and they're not usually black. I don't know what the hell that is, but oh my, please go the fuck away. Please go away. Go away. Go away. Fun fact of the day, I'm allergic to like bees, wasps, hornets, anything with a stinger. Get away from me. Dumbest thing I've been asked at my current job would probably be, why do I have to wait for the chicken to be done? Because they were like, yeah, well, I want chicken. And I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, well, the person who was on the line who was like making the food was like, well, it's on the grill right now. We're going to have to wait for it. And the customer went all the way down to the register where I was, and they were like, so why do I have to wait for it? Salmonella, bitch. Do you want it? Like, if you want to die, I can give you raw chicken right now. We can just get on out the door. You can get it from the grocery store yourself if you really want it, but like, what do you mean? You can see it's cooking. I haven't really had dumb questions at work. I've more had like generalized dumb statements, like pretty much just, people missing the 7-foot tall takeout shelf that we have, even though it's got a big red sign on it. So, let me see, what is next? What made you want to name your musical endeavors Her Eyes Are Lying? That actually came from a song that I wrote that I'm actually having trouble finding because I can't remember where I put it. But, basically the lyric went, can't you see she's dying because her eyes are lying? And, that's when I pretty much was like, you know what? I really like how that sounds. And at first I was just going to have that be an album title, but it became something that really resonated more and more. And I realized that there was nothing out there that was like that name. So that ended up just really becoming what it was. And it's more than anything supposed to be about, for so long I've had people literally look me in the eyes and been like, oh, so you're fine. Everything's cool. Everything's good. Really? Like, there were times where it should have been so obvious that I was lying and no one got it. And so it just kind of also became about things like where a smile doesn't meet someone's eyes and they say they're fine, but you can tell that it's not the case, and so on. So that's pretty much where that came from. My handwriting sucks. I'm so sorry. What is that thing you're always wearing in your posts, videos? That purple thing. This. Hold on, let me take it off. Here we go. Can you see that? It's not. There it is. This is a bracelet / headband thing that my little cousin Angelina crocheted for me when she was like 9. She's like, it's so hard to call her little now because she's like 14. She's gonna be a freshman this year. But she made this when she was like 9, and it was really, really cute. And then I was going to apply for like my first job or something around that. Yeah, no, it was like my first job, and I was like, oh, I'll wear it for good luck. And so after that, I just kind of started wearing it. Like, it just kind of, I forgot to take it off, and then I just kind of started wearing it all the time. And I mean, it's super cute. I love it. It's like a stacked bracelet, but it like doesn't make any noise when I wear it, and it's comfortable. And when I started having to do jobs that like required me to like, put my hair up and whatever, I would just kind of wrap it around my bun, and I still do. Funniest thing you did? When? My whole life is a joke. Funniest thing I ever did. Besides being born. So we have these bottled Cokes at work that are imported from Mexico. And I looked a cop dead in the face, like a uniformed police officer, the day we got it, we were supposed to offer them, because they were like, hey, we got something new, we want you to offer it to people so that they know we have it, so that they can try it, they're probably gonna like it. So I looked a uniformed cop dead in the face and was like, all right, and would you like to try some Mexican Coke? And I'm like, no, I mean, it's in the fridge right there, the bottle, it's in the bottle right there, it's like, it's actually from Mexico, it's an actual Coke, did you, that, and I swear I'm not talking about drugs. And then he just kind of looked at me, and he was just like, almost as if I was like testing him, or maybe like my reaction just kind of weirded him out or something, I don't know, but he just kind of was like, no? Let me just hand you the card, and he was just like trying to hand me the card. I was like, okay. It's probably the most awkward thing I've ever done. Other than the time that I worked at a call center and I went to go, we were in spinny chairs, because like, it was call center, so it was like office chairs. I went to go push back from the desk and spin around to go say something to my friend Brianna, and I fell out of the chair, and the chair fell on top of me. And yeah, that was awkward as hell. Anyway, so yeah, other than that, I think that's probably the dumbest thing I've ever done. Or funniest thing. Wait, the question was funniest. I don't know. Was that funny? What's your go-to candy? Chocolate covered anything or chocolate things? I don't know. I like chocolate covered pretzels and almonds and peanuts and raisins. And I like Reese's and Heath bars and the fast breaks that Reese's have, and the Nutrageous, those are really good. And Kit Kats and York peppermint patties. I like chocolate. I don't know. I don't know. I like Sour Patch Kids too. I really like Sour Patch Kids. And the sour gummy worms, and oh god, I hate that neighbor. Anyway, what's the next question? Is there anything you're actually bad at? Because you're pretty and you sing really well and you just seem great at everything. Is there anything you're actually bad at? Being a human being? Like, actually trying to person? I'm bad at adulting. Walking. Balancing. Rationally thinking. Functioning. Math. I'm really bad at math. I suck at it, and it's bad. I'm bad at jokes. I tell a lot of crappy puns all the time. I'm bad in love. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm bad at a lot of things. I don't know what you're talking about. Unless it's choreographed, I can't dance either. So I'm bad at that too. What are your favorites this month? Like, medias, movies, TVs, music. TV shows, I'm absolutely obsessed with shows like, I've been obsessed with Law & Order SVU since it came out, because even though I was a little kid, that was pretty much like, that was my mom's way of educating me about the world. She was just like, here, sit down and watch this, and if you don't understand any of the words, I'll help you look them up. This is how you're gonna learn what the world is. So there was a lot of subject matter I probably shouldn't have been privy to at such an early age, but I was. I love shows like Criminal Minds, Blue Bloods, shows like that. Those are pretty much like, that's my main thing. I recently started watching Good Omens, and I love it so far. No spoilers. I will kill you if you give me spoilers. Music, it's so random. It's the most random thing in my life, but I've been getting really into K-pop over like the past year. And so music lately, my absolute favorite is always going to be G-Idol. I love them. It's the group that really got me into it. And I love how Jung So-yeon writes songs. So I really love everything. I love everything that they do. I really do. I love Mamamoo, Dreamcatcher, CLC. I love so many groups. Oh my gosh. Obviously, I do love BTS, because honestly, you can't tell me that there's really anyone alive that doesn't. And I know that there are people who say that they don't like them, whatever. But like, I don't believe it. I love. Is it Exceed? I don't know. I love them. I love EXO, speaking of. Twice. I just recently started listening to them. Obviously, I love Blackpink because I own, like, hoodies and socks and t-shirt. I have one t-shirt. I have, like, one hoodie and one t-shirt and, like, several pairs of socks because my friend got me Blackpink socks for my birthday. There's so many groups that I love. Oh my gosh. Jungha. I love her. Sunmi. And of course, you know, I love the old groups. I love 4 Minute. I love 21. CL is a goddess, and you can't tell me differently. I love ONEUS. One Us. I love them. They're really underrated, and they're kind of newish to the scene. But I really love them. There's a lot of groups that I love, but mostly I would. Oh, and ITZY. I like ITZY, and Red Velvet. Ooh, I love Red Velvet. I love Red Velvet cake. I love Red Velvet ice creams and cookies, and I love Red Velvet music. Although I'm probably never going to get tired of happiness and power up. But those songs irritate my fiance the most because she really doesn't like them. I don't know why, but she doesn't, and I love them, so I have to like put in earbuds or put on headphones or something when I'm listening to those because she really doesn't like them. As far as movies, I like the new Spider-Man movies. Tom Holland is like, he's just a little squish bean. He's so cute. He's adorable. I know he's probably like, I think he's like 18 or something, or like young. I know he's younger than me, but like he's just so tiny and adorable. I love the Kingsman movies, and I think probably the one movie that will never ever be tiring for me is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love watching that movie. I love the music. And I also love the fact that it's all stop motion claymation. That's like ridiculously hard. I don't know how anyone has the patience for it, but I'm so grateful they do. It's incredible. But yeah, that's pretty much and then media, I guess, I don't know if this counts, but like I've been really getting into playing Royal Chaos. It's a mobile game and it's like really detailed. There's great cutscenes. The animation is fantastic. I love the art style. It's all subbed and it's written really well. I love the game. So I don't know if that counts or not, but super into it. What got you to want to do music in the first place? Oh, that's such a hard question. I don't know. I've always wanted to sing since I was a little kid. But what really made me want to do music, just like to really be serious about wanting to do it, was how life-changing that I found Black Veil Bride's We Stitch These Wounds. Because it was the first time I really felt like someone understood, and I that album still resonates with me. What is oh my god, my handwriting sucks. What is one of the most life-changing events that's ever happened to you? Well, it's not, I wouldn't say it's the most life-altering, but it is up there. Meeting Icon for Hire the first time at Warped Tour 2014 was such a huge thing because that was the first time like I'd ever seen any live music. That was the first time I'd ever met a music artist. I remember the way I described it to friends and family after seeing the show. It was like being injected straight in the heart with Monster. Like if you just got a syringe and just like plunged into my chest. That's what it felt like seeing them that first time. And meeting Ariel after the show, you know, I cried because, and I had this little sign that I'd held up during the show saying, I see you. Why are you doing, I see you, I'm filming. I'm filming. Please, I'm filming. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. I'm scared. Please don't do it. Don't do it. No. Babe, please. What are you... Why? Give you a hug? Something you're familiar. Explain to me. Give me a hug. Really? No. Love you. I missed you. I can't edit this out, so I have to go. Okay, so, but I was holding up this sign during the show that said, you saved my life. And Ariel said to me, she was like, no, you did this. This was all you. You brought yourself here. You got yourself this far. We might have helped, but this was all you. And that was probably the first time anyone had ever said, I fucking hate bees. It's probably the first time anyone ever said anything like that to me.
You didn't want to see the bees, and why did you open the window?
I didn't think the bees would be here.
They're always here.
No, they're not. Shut up.
They're not gonna go away until
Shut up. I don't want to think about the bees.